People who, when you talk to them about anything, always find ways to make excuses, claiming there's no ability, no opportunity, that everything is a scam. They argue only to demand benefits. They think a lot but never act. They wait around, never daring to try or pay the price for failure. They ridicule others when they fail and envy successful people, believing that others are lucky or have connections, or that they make money through others. People like this will never have a future, because they are filled with defeatist thoughts. So how do you recognize truly remarkable people around you? Those who are difficult to understand are often the intelligent ones. It's as if their thoughts are at a higher level. They are profound, calm, and subtle. It's hard to get close to them, because they are always reflecting on their relationship with society, understanding everything in life, and rarely satisfied with the present. They often have lofty aspirations. Intelligent people always speak just enough, never revealing all of their thoughts to others, regardless of the topic. They know how to respond in a way that resonates with what you want to hear, making you feel that they truly understand you. They are humble, and only intelligent people know how to keep silent about their plans until they are successful. Those with emotional stability are the most intelligent, as they know how to control their emotions. Smart people never force themselves to fit in with others. Instead, they can build very special social relationships through small things and brief encounters. People typically go through 8 stages of development. 1. Innocence and naivety, easily tempted. 2. Confusion and helplessness, having plans but lacking strength. 3. Emotional turmoil, always blaming others. 4. Arrogance, seeing everyone else as fools. 5. Feigning elegance, playing the weak to bring down the strong. 6. Decisiveness, developing their own strength through intellect. 7. Gentleness externally, strength internally, resilient without being arrogant. 8. Effortless mastery, handling everything naturally without strain. To advance quickly through higher stages, please listen carefully to these truths. 1. People who are always busy will not be able to implement innovative and groundbreaking ideas. A person who is constantly busy with work, reading news, or watching short videos will not have deep thoughts. Without deep thinking, they cannot simplify problems and find the right solutions. 2. Truly intelligent people always set aside at least 1 to 2 hours every day to be undisturbed, to calm down, and to think deeply in order to make the most reasonable decisions. Your decisions will be the cause of everything. If the cause is wrong, the result will also be wrong. A person with an 80% decision accuracy rate will achieve much more in social value and benefits compared to someone with a 70% accuracy rate, sometimes even 10 or 100 times more. 3. When helping others, start by offering a little, then gradually increase your help over time. If you offer too much at the beginning and then decrease it, you risk becoming ungrateful, indifferent, and heartless. The same goes for establishing rules. Start strictly and then relax. If you begin with leniency and gradually become stricter, people will become dissatisfied with your growing severity. 4. Life is a battle of thoughts and actions. It requires breaking old values. Small progress requires effort, but a major transformation urges you to dismantle your old beliefs. If you don't completely break them down, only gradually changing, you will not achieve true breakthroughs. 5. What you have now is the best you can have based on your current awareness and capabilities. The things you often long for are beyond your current abilities and understanding. If you want them, you must raise your awareness and abilities to achieve your dreams. Along the way, you will become stronger. 6. Your resources often follow the Matthew effect. Love tends to come to those who do not lack it. Money flows to those who already have wealth. Owners of large companies will acquire even more companies. People with nothing will always have nothing, even over generations. Some people will never own a major company. Those who have many good relationships with women will attract more women, while those with no one to love, even in marriage, may never be loved. The world is still dominated by large, developed nations, much like it was 200 years ago. The Rockefeller family, a century ago, was already wealthy, and they are still a lineage of billionaires, while you may still be struggling in poverty. This is the essence of the world. If you cannot accept this, you do not yet fully understand the world, and that means you are weak. 7. Surround yourself with an advanced environment and connect with talented people. This is where the most valuable information circulates, helping you become wiser. In backward environments, you will meet backward people, and those who are one step behind will continue to lag behind with poor capabilities. A wise person should choose an advanced and elite environment, even if it involves fierce competition, as it is worth entering. In such an environment, you will grow sharper and more diligent. Conversely, in a backward environment, your abilities will be dulled, and you will become lazy, losing ambition, and losing sight of your goals or dreams. You may end up just living day by day, driven by negative instincts. Information in such environments is often outdated, and absorbing it will make you ignorant, trapping you in petty squabbles and grievances. 8. It's better to learn from those who have survived and succeeded than from those who have failed. Though failure has value, no matter how many failure strategies you learn, you will only avoid repeating them without discovering the path to success. If you view the success of others as luck or a deviation, it means you are refusing to learn from them. You should learn from success rather than the experiences of failures and mediocrity. 9. When developing yourself, do not waste time on useless activities. Avoid random, aimless actions that don't provide meaning and only waste time. Someone once said that lazy people aren't just the ones sitting still reading books at home, but also those who are constantly busy building relationships. They use hard work to mask laziness in their mindset. 10. In a society full of chaos and consumer traps, you must learn to lower your desires, reduce complexity, and simplify your life. At the same time, take advantage of your time to make efforts to improve yourself, raise your awareness, and broaden your mindset. Don't be in a rush to show off. When you have true talent, there's no need to demonstrate it. If you lack real talent and throw yourself into everything, you will ultimately be discarded by society, thrown into the trash bin of failure. 11. When Bill Gates was asked what scared him the most, he answered, "I'm most afraid of young people working day and night, researching and being creative." That answer was both humorous and sharp, but it also serves as motivation for young people. The period between 20 and 30 years old is incredibly difficult. If you don't feel this difficulty, it means you are sinking into comfort. Difficulties don't disappear. They only grow quietly with age. Some people, by the age of 20, have already awakened to financial independence, gradually escaping the darkness of their lives. They selectively improve their relationships, regenerate, and reconstruct their mindset. It can be said that most people do not live a normal life and don't even have basic thinking. They live like large children, busy with survival from childhood to adulthood, without ever stopping to reflect. When true awakening happens to you, your energy will overflow. And this transformation of energies are when you experience genuine confidence, freedom, and joy, the kind that comes from awakening. Only those who have truly succeeded can understand this feeling. It's like having climbed a high mountain and understood what the landscape of life is like. 12. Ordinary people usually don't understand the operation and logic of society until they are between 35 and 40 years old. But by then, they are too tied to survival and can no longer break free. On the other hand, those born into the upper class understand this from their 20s without needing to worry about finances or opportunities. This is the inheritance, the result of wisdom accumulated over many generations. The greatest waste in life is not money, but time and awareness. It's like working hard all night, only to touch your pillows as the sun rises, bringing a little money to the casino, but losing both to the house and to society. Frankly speaking, at the age of 20, most people do not understand the value of money and power, nor do they develop the ability to acquire them. Youth, being the most valuable resource, is easily wasted. Men easily find jobs, and women are pursued by many. But many people waste their youth when they reach the age of 35. Men gradually lose their job advantage, and no matter how beautiful women are, they can't compete with younger generations. Parents start showing signs of aging and illness, and children become increasingly expensive. Only then do people realize the importance of money and power. But because they realize this too late, others have already surpassed them. They have to work even harder, but still find it difficult to catch up with the children from ordinary families, who usually have slower social awareness than the children of civil servants and entrepreneurs. Their parents live in a haze, knowing that learning is important and encouraging their children to study. Only children from ordinary families who are particularly talented or lucky, or those who face significant failures in their teenage or 20s, can awaken their social consciousness earlier. The world is harsh, and the earlier you become aware of it, the better. 13. Confidence is good, but overconfidence is not. When people achieve many successes, big and small, they tend to become complacent, arrogant, live extravagantly, indulge in pleasures, neglect their careers, and fall into vice such as gambling or indulgence in lust. This is the quickest way to push oneself into the abyss, making it difficult to recover. Working tirelessly, creating value, staying away from laziness, being humble, cautious, avoiding lust, and learning from capable people are key elements that will help you become increasingly strong. 14. It's easy for people to give up when doing anything. The core reason is that people lack clear goals, determination, and persistence to take steps toward their goals. A failure is someone who gives up before achieving the goal. Some say they will persist for at least 3 months, and some say they will do it for 3 years. But in the end, they give up after just a few days. The exceptional few, however, stand out just with their endurance and self-discipline, which allows them to surpass everyone else. 15. Smart people are those with deep thinking and a broad vision. Being smart doesn't necessarily mean having extraordinary ability or intelligence, but thinking deeper, having a broader perspective, and seeing a larger system that others don't. This system includes social rules. Those who understand the system will survive, those who break the system will persist, and those who control the system will win. Following the natural laws and respecting the truth are the principles of capable people. The world is full of foolish ideas and words, and such ignorance leads to huge consequences. A person with wisdom should bow before the truth, but also know to bow before ignorance in every matter. What do you understand about this saying? Please leave a comment below to let me know. 16. Some parents think that once their children grow up, they should know how to work and earn money. They believe that they must endure hardship for life, so that when their children enter society, it seems they have completed their responsibility and wait for their children to succeed and return to help the family with pride. However, they do not realize that children without family support, when they start working, must watch the expressions of their bosses and depend on landlords when renting a house. They have to work hard to earn money and save every penny, and it's not easy to accumulate wealth. Therefore, family conflicts arise, children feel disgraced, and parents feel disappointed. Many rural or working class families believe that if their children graduate from college and find a job, the family will prosper, but in reality, they fall into poverty again. 17. What are the signs that show you are gradually becoming stronger? First, you expect less from others. Those who have experienced ups and downs understand that no one is completely trustworthy. Even close relatives can turn their backs on you in your hardest times. You no longer complain or expect help because you know that assistance is just a favor. Not helping is normal. The higher your expectations, the greater the disappointment. Second, you start to prioritize health and money, not worrying about love or relationships. A mature person works hard to earn money because they have experienced enough pain and understand that only when you have money can you live with dignity. Third, you become calmer and more tolerant. You no longer care about trivial matters or those who criticize you. You understand that arguing with people who don't share the same mindset is just a waste of time. Fourth, you manage your emotions better, no longer as hot-headed as when you were young. A mature person learns to control their emotions because they realize that anger doesn't help at all. 18. Successful people are often introverts. Psychological studies show that introversion and extroversion are due to differences in energy sources. Extroverts draw energy from the outside world, while introverts draw energy from within. Introversion brings independent thinking, solitude, and the ability to analyze issues deeply and rationally. They often make accurate, independent decisions and are self-reliant. Introverts tend to be quiet, but have deep awareness. They understand themselves well, and from there, develop strong inner strength. When their awareness is strong enough, they can see beyond appearances to grasp the essence of things, analyzing situations like an observer from the outside, which allows them to assess everything more objectively. 19. Women who are too emotional tend to fail. Women who live based on their emotions often pay too much attention to others, evaluations, and small details, getting caught up in unimportant matters. Meanwhile, successful people know how to overcome emotions, accept difficulties, focus on the main goals, and disregard trivial issues. Smart people know how to filter out distractions, focus on the essential tasks, and aim for results. When problems arise, they know to let go because they can't solve them and keep moving forward. 20. Be ready to make sacrifices to achieve your goals. Use all available resources and methods, even those that may seem indirect, to achieve your goals. And don't give up until you succeed. Knowing how to control your emotions is a high level of maturity. A mature person knows how to keep things inside and not expose them. Children express joy or sadness through laughter or tears, but a mature person, even when facing huge problems, keeps everything to themselves. If you meet someone without goals or who constantly complains, it's best not to associate with them. Instead of suffering from your emotions, focus on your bank account balance. Take care of your parents and children. The difference between successful people and ordinary people is in their ability to handle pain. To become excellent, you must first train your temperament. Keep calm, not be arrogant when successful, and not discouraged when you fail. 21. When you meet successful people, don't feel inferior or try to excessively praise them. Don't devalue yourself. Instead, try to create value for them. People in higher positions often seek individuals of value to accompany them. They don't want to cooperate with those who drag them down. Don't be a burden, but bring tangible value to them, because no one wants to help someone who has nothing to contribute. 22. Poor people often care too much about their reputation, enduring while their wallets are empty, while the rich aren't afraid of losing face. The rich smile, look for ways to make money, and know how to humble themselves when necessary. They are ready to learn if it helps them progress or make money. They can beg in this world to be kings in another. 23. When you meet someone better than you, appreciate them as a valuable opportunity and seize the chance to learn from them. From their focus, calmness, broad thinking, and far-reaching vision, turn their strengths into your own. When you are strong and mature, your love will become meaningful. If they value you, keep them around, but if not, you have enough strength to walk away with pride. Karma. 24. What are the 3 biggest mistakes in life? 1. Getting married too early. When your career and abilities are still unstable, the ability here refers to the capacity to create value from nothing, i.e., competitive capability. 2. Returning to a small town too soon, missing opportunities to connect with a larger world and more exceptional people. 3. Giving up learning and development. If you make all 3 mistakes, your future will be limited. Youth is the time to gain experience and develop capabilities. Don't let your youth pass by without progress. 25. With people who cause obstacles, have a negative influence, or belong to unhealthy environments, quickly distance yourself. If you don't cut ties in time, you will be swept away and become part of them. Don't bind yourself with too many emotional or moral relationships. All experiences are meant to enrich your life. 26. What makes successful? People different is that they say, what needs to be done will be done. firmly keeping their promises and persistently pursuing their goals. They are always decisive and strong-willed, not afraid of difficulties or uncertainties, and are not easily discouraged. They are ready to challenge themselves to the end. A person who can stay calm in any situation will not be easily defeated, and this will lead to exceptional success. 27. Japanese author Haruki Murakami is a perfect example of a resilient person. To improve his focus and quit smoking, he began running when he was 33 years old. At first, he could only run for 20 minutes, but later, he could run for 100 minutes thanks to his hard training. Murakami can focus on writing for 4 to 5 hours each day. Personal development requires time, effort, and continuous repetition, much like muscles. Mental development also needs time to recover and grow, making each day stronger. 28. People who seem simple and easy to understand on the outside are actually very profound. They choose not to compete, aiming to achieve the ultimate benefit. In history, figures like Sima Yi, Liu Bang, and Li Shimin were all examples of patience, only acting when their opponents had exhausted their strength. When you see your friends arguing, it's best to stay neutral because, in the end, everyone will appreciate you. Not competing is the greatest form of competition. 29. If you want to achieve a big goal, keep your dreams secret. Many people with negative energy only want to sabotage you on your journey. They can make you feel inadequate. Smart people usually only share results, not their plans. If you reveal too much too soon, you may face unnecessary obstacles, weakening your will and causing you to give up. 30. The people who are truly your benefactors are not the ones who flatter you in front of others, but those who can seriously offer criticism when it's just the two of you. They are the ones who help you make money, encourage you to learn and develop, always cheering you on and hoping you improve. They expand your vision, shape your mindset, and bring you positive energy. These are your true benefactors. 31. People can only stand firm in the face of change when they know their own value. If you don't know your worth, life will become unclear, swept along with the flow, losing direction and purpose. The most important thing is to always stay grounded, understand your core value, and not lose your way. 32. When you are lenient with yourself, others will take advantage of you. On the other hand, when you are strict with yourself, others will respect you more. Ordinary people build relationships based on emotions, but talented people build relationships based on value. A strong person will constantly train themselves to become someone valuable. Build value for yourself, because men always need a woman who understands and supports their career, just like strong women in history. All of them are valuable women. An intelligent woman is one who knows how to build herself in a way that she cannot be replaced. 33. People who can make a lot of money are often those who don't let their emotions control them. They always maintain clarity, focus entirely on their goals, and don't care about others' opinions or judgments. Once they set their goal, they act decisively and put all their energy into it. They treat themselves like a money-making machine, viewing every issue with a selective perspective, knowing that only one goal can be achieved at each stage. These people know how to prioritize career and finances first, then build family happiness through decisiveness and dedication. Ultimately, they will manage both emotions and family well. 34. The more successful people are, the more humble they become, and the more they respect others, even those in lower positions. This humility stems from deep understanding and the realization that there is always more to learn. They keep their minds curious like a child, constantly exploring and learning. Everyone must go through 3 stages of maturity. The first is realizing the vastness of the world. The second is realizing their own insignificance. And the third is seeing the harshness of the world, but still loving it. 35. Life's deadlock often comes from 2 extremes, focusing too much on external pursuits and forgetting internal value. When we focus on things like fame, wealth, and achievements, our minds gradually become dependent, losing self-control and direction. When we lose our sense of self, our lives will drift like a boat without a dock. If a person can reconnect with their true self, their heart will become peaceful, unaffected by external changes. This true self is the inherent nature within everyone, the light of the soul, which, though covered by the dust of the world, can guide one's life, is they don't let external circumstances affect them. Only then will they achieve tranquility and happiness in life.